So today I'm going to show you guys how to make one of my favorite recipes, which is just turkey meatballs, and it's super simple. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. Super simple to make. I enjoy them thoroughly. They're high protein, they make great snacks or a meal, they're filling, and super simple. So without further ado, here's how you make them. So you're going to want to start with some lean ground turkey. The leaner the better because the fat tends to leak out when you are cooking them. You're going to want a carrot and an onion, sea salt and garlic powder, Italian style breadcrumbs. You can use normal breadcrumbs with Italian seasoning, but I prefer to use the Italian style breadcrumbs. You're going to need 1 egg, and you're going to start off by preheating your oven to 350 degrees. Like I said, this recipe is super simple. You're basically just going to take all of your ingredients and mix them into a bowl. So here I'm using 1 pound of ground turkey. The normal recipe calls for 2 pounds, but I'm just making these for myself, so I'm going to half the recipe. So you have 1 pound of ground turkey. I'm going to mix in a 1/4 cup of Italian style breadcrumbs. Crack 1 egg in there. And if you want to make a bigger batch, just double all of these. For the garlic powder, I just kind of shake it on in there, just how much I think I would want. Whenever I add salt to things, I always just measure it out in my hand to see how much I'm using. So I don't have an exact measurement, but that's how I do it. You're gonna wanna chop up your carrots. I use a slap chop type thing to get them really fine, and I'm putting a 1/4 cup of those in there. You're gonna wanna do the same thing with some onion, and you're gonna use about 1/8 cup. The real recipe calls for a 1/4 cup, but I'm having it. So 1/8 cup is great for 1 pound of turkey. Then go ahead and mix everything together. You can use your hands if you want. I do sometimes, but just for the sake of cleanliness, I used a big spoon this time. And you're just gonna wanna incorporate all of the ingredients together and get them mixed really good. Next, you're gonna take a cookie sheet, and I like to put some tin foil over top of it just to keep everything clean. So what I'm doing here is I just take a normal tablespoon and use one of my hands, and I form the meat into meatballs. Yep, that's what I do. They're pretty simple. You can use both your hands. You don't necessarily have to use a spoon. Again, I do it for cleanliness. You're gonna place them about 1 inch apart. Then you're gonna throw them in the oven for about 30 minutes or until there's no more pink on the inside. Just cut one of them open and check after 30 minutes. If there is pink, throw them in for 5 more minutes. Here you'll see how some of the fat leaks out. When you pull them off the sheet, most of it stays on the tin foil, so that's great. But if you're crazy like me and absolutely do not like fat on your meat, you can take a knife and just scrape it. It's not really stuck on there. It comes off very easily and it's soft, as you can see on my knife right here. So yeah, I just scrape a little bit of the excess fat off, and then there they are. They're great for meal prepping. You can grab a couple of them and toss them in the microwave for about 30 seconds to a minute. I keep them in my fridge all week. You can take them on the go, eat them as a snack, take a bunch of them, eat them for a meal. I prefer to eat mine with ketchup, but I've also incorporated them into spaghetti before. And yes, so let me know if you guys try this recipe and how you like it. Enjoy.